Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on quadratic polynomials part 3. A special puzzle to warm up the brain cells is on the next slide. The answer will be given at the end. Enjoy. What is the meaning of the following? Good luck with it and see how you go. Different solutions. We have seen that a quadratic equation normally generates a parabola on the number plane. And the equation of the parabola in general form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. When we let y equal 0, we attempt to calculate the roots of the equation. Now, if a is greater than 0, there are three possibilities. The first one is that there are no real roots. That is, the parabola has this orientation, but it does not touch the x-axis, hence there are no real roots. The next possibility, there is one real root. The parabola has this orientation because a is greater than 0. However, it touches the x-axis at one point only. That's why there's one real root. And the third possibility, the parabola has this orientation and it touches the x-axis in two places, so it has two real roots. If a is less than 0, there are three possibilities. Firstly, the parabola has this orientation because a is less than 0. There are no real roots because the parabola does not intersect the x-axis. It may have one real root because it touches the x-axis at one place only. It may have two real roots because it intersects the x-axis in two places. Let's look at three examples when a is greater than 0. Example 1, y equals x squared plus 3x plus 5. When we let x equal 0, we have that y equals 5. That is, this particular parabola here intersects the y-axis at the point 0, 5. When y equals 0, we have x squared plus 3x plus 5 equals 0. We need to use the quadratic formula. So we can see that a equals 1, b equals 3, and c equals 5. There's the quadratic formula. We substitute those numbers into the quadratic formula. Let's see what happens on the next slide. So as we substitute the numbers in, and we do our simplification, we see that x equals minus 3 plus or minus the square root of minus 11 over 2. This parabola has no real roots because we cannot find the square root of minus 11. See here the square root of minus 11? We cannot find that answer in the real number system. Yes, the parabola intersects the y-axis at 0, 5, but it does not touch the x-axis. Example 2. Y equals x plus 2 all squared. When x equals 0, we have y equals 4. So that parabola intersects the y-axis at the point 0, 4. When x equals minus 2, we have y equals 0. So it intersects the y-axis at 0, 4, and it intersects the x-axis at minus 2, 0. So here's the sketch of the parabola. It has one real root, which is x equals minus 2, so it touches the x-axis at minus 2, 0. Example 3, y equals x squared minus x minus 2. When x equals 0, we have y equals minus 2. In other words, it intersects the y-axis at 0, minus 2. When y equals 0, we have x squared minus x minus 2 equals 0. Factorising, we get x plus 1 times x minus 2 equals 0. So there are two real roots. One is where x equals minus 1, and the other one is where x equals 2. So it intersects the x-axis at minus 1, 0, and 2, 0. So that's minus 1, 0, and 2, 0, and that's why there are two real roots. Here's a quick quiz to help you. Please check through the video at any time. The answer to the puzzle. What is the meaning of the following? I'm bigger than you. How good is that? The answers to the quick quiz and the video is at your disposal.